Recently, facing the death of her husband and the birth of a new life, now she is about to lose her home, which makes her adoptive mother feel like she has nothing to live for. The sensible Soya took on all the responsibilities at this time. In order to let her adoptive mother eat nutritious food, Soya sold the clothes that her wife gave her and exchanged them for some food for her adoptive mother, while she herself only drank a little water to satisfy her hunger every day. Fortunately, Jimin's concern gave Soya some breathing space, and knowing that Soya hadn't eaten for a long time, she made some food for her to eat. During this time, Soya found a letter addressed to Eunju in Jimin's place. After inquiring curiously, Soya learned that Eunju was Jimin's niece. However, Jimin did not know that the Soya in front of her was the Eunju mentioned in the letter. This letter was written by Jimin's brother, Soya's father, to Eunju. The letter was full of words of a father's love and care for his daughter. Although Soya didn't know that this was written to her, she was still deeply moved by the emotional connection in the letter. Jimin looked at the tearful Soya and knew that she missed her father, so he went up to her and comforted her in his arms. Just then, Chuehua also arrived and announced some good news. Chairman Park had agreed to compensate the villagers for the demolition. It turned out that Jimin had previously gone to his ex-wife. The villages there were all established by Jimin's brother. He asked his wife not to do anything that would make her feel guilty towards her ex-husband and to stop Park from his barbaric actions. That night, the wife lost her temper with Park. There was nothing Park could do, so he ordered his men to double the compensation for the villagers. Hearing this news, Soya, who had become a demolition victim, finally revealed a smile on her face for the first time in a long time. But this smile turned into despair the next day. It was because they had only moved here for a month. In order to receive compensation, they had to live here for 20 years before they could be eligible. The family could only pack their bags in despair and helplessly set off for a life of displacement. But just then, it started raining heavily. There was nothing the people could do, so they had to go and live temporarily under the bridge. And the next thing that happened made Soya feel even more desperate. Soya boiled the little rice that was left in the house into porridge to feed her family, because there wasn't enough firewood. She wanted her brother to go outside and find some, but her brother refused on the grounds that it would get his clothes wet if it rained. Unexpectedly, just as Soya had turned to leave, her brother accidentally knocked over the pot of porridge. This tragic situation made her foster mother and younger sister unable to stop crying. Poor them. They didn't know how to continue to survive next. Only Soya held back her tears and kept comforting her foster mother not to cry and to be strong. And in her heart, she was asking where the next step was. Just then, Chuehua finally found Soya and told them to pack their things and follow him. Unexpectedly, Chuehua directly brought Soya's family to Madam and let her take responsibility, saying that Chairman Park had made them homeless and that Madam was responsible for them. It turned out that Madam was Chuehua's own sister. Looking at the miserable family in front of her, Madam was very sympathetic, but she was also a bit embarrassed to take in so many people at once. At that time, Hae Joo, who had been secretly in love with Soya, spoke up and said that they could live in his own house. As soon as the adoptive mother heard this, she didn't even wait to see if it was possible, and decided to live there directly for the sake of having a place for her children to take shelter from the wind and rain. The butler, Kim, on the side was so scared that he didn't know what to do, and what scared him even more was about to come.